Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining with me tonight. It's training night once again, no? Lunis na lunis. And I believe almost all of us is really catching up with all of our schedules, and probably the others are still plotting what would their week would look like. And ano ba? It's 10 days past the first day of March, no? And hopefully everyone is really shaping up, no, for the coming days ahead. But anyway, I hope everyone is nakapag-dinner na po, no? And it's already 8 o'clock. And ako po, nakapag-dinner na po ako, no? Medyo ano na ako, fired up, no, and excited for the training night, no? And I would like to thank each and everyone that has na nandito po ngayon, no? Si Lizelle coming from Bohol, no? Greet ko lang kayo, isa-isa kung kakayanin, no? Si Lizelle coming from Bohol. Kasama din po natin dito si Benedict, si Cherry Rose Malata, si Christian, no? Kababayan ko dito sa Cordova, no? Then si Elena, then si Flor, si Ma'am Grace, no, from Dumaguete City. Then si Ignacio Baron, dito lang, Lapu-Lapu City po yan. Then, hindi ko kilala, si Nfinix at saka si iPhone. John Del, no, from Minglanilla, Cebu. Then si Joji, si Joy, si Doki. Thank you, Doki, no? Si Doki nandito kasama natin ngayon. Tapos si Jovi from Dumaguete City, no? Then Maricel from Mandawi. Yan, kasama natin si Miss Nova. Yan, si Miss Queenie, kasama din po natin. Praise the Lord, no? Sirado ang bangko paggabi. Then si Sir Raul, no, from Bugo Cebu, no, north of Cebu. Then kasama din po natin si Ryan, si Sarah. I don't know if Sarah is in Danao today or in Bacolod City. Then yan si Sheila, no, kasama din po natin from Liloan, Cebu, at saka si Vanessa, no. And siguro meron pa akong hindi siguro na natawag. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining with me tonight. Our topic today is quite a little bit strange because we're going to be talking about emotional intelligence. But this time we're going to take a look at it in the lenses of sales, no? And somehow we're going to use whatever things that we can learn from here to be able to leverage, no? To be able to leverage sa sales performance natin. And let's going to take a look at it how it will greatly affect, no, in our day-to-day activity being in sales, no. Kasi lahat namang na negosyo talaga meron talagang sales involved yan eh. Walang negosyo po na walang bentahan. Kaya one thing for sure, pag nagdenegosyo po tayo, meron talagang bentahan yan. And it's something that we really need to take a look at it. And somehow, I would like to really dive into the science and the psychology of sales kasi yung skill set, yung mga skills training, I believe binibigay na po ni Miss Nova po yan weekend after weekend, no? Every Saturday dyan sa headquarters natin sa Lapu-Lapu City. And of course, in various places also, marami po tayong mga trainings na ginagawa. Okay, so siguro let's dive into our topic for today. Now, generally, the way I look at it, there are four types of intelligence involved here. Una is yung IQ, yung pinaka most common, no? Intelligence quotient. Pangalawa is yung SQ, social quotient. Hindi natin masyadong naririnig to, but there is actually a social quotient. Then, eto bago to, no? AQ, no? Adversity quotient. Um, etong adversity quotient, narinig ko lang to during the time sa kasagsagan ng pandemic, no? And of course, alam naman po natin lahat yung emotional quotient. Siguro kung titingnan nyo po right there, right on your screen, and if I'm going to ask you, no, just a little bit of a participation lang, which of the four, alin po dyan sa apat, do you think is useful for sales, no, in relation to sales? So Um, type nyo lang po kung ano yung sa tingin nyo useful. EQ ba, SQ ba, AQ ba, or EQ? Yan, tingnan natin. Yan, si Doki, EQ. Ayan, si Lizelle, EQ. Si Vanessa, ano siya, AQ at saka IQ. Yan. Adversity at saka intelligence. Sino pa? Any other? Yan. Si Connie, IQ. Si Cherry Rose ay, EQ. Sino ba yung Yan, si Miss Nova. Sabi niya, balance of all. Yan. Yan, si Miss Queenie, sabi niya, we need it all. No? But more in EQ. Yan. Now, actually, the answer is we need it all. No? Kailangan nating yung apat na yan. Now, of course, the answer is for up to a certain degree, we're gonna be using each and every one of those those quotients in relation to sales. Now, let's if you're going to take a look at it, a lot of us actually is trying to categorize what are the things that we're going to need. Well, what are the things that we need in order for us to be able to become an effective seller. Now, through the years, I've been in sales for 3 decades already. And if there's one thing that I have learned all across is that there are no how-tos in sales. There's no such thing as step one, step two, step three, step four, and bingo, you close a sale. I really cannot identify it, and I cannot really define the lines. And most of the time when I attend trainings that are related to sales, most of which actually tackles on the mind conditioning. Mostly, no, most of which. But in terms of the processes, the technicality of it, the way I look at it is there's no such delineating line, but there are just simply principles na involved along. Okay? So I think that's the best thing to really look at it in terms of sales training is really to take a look at the principle behind. Okay? Now, of course, let's dive into each and every one of it. Let's take a look at the most common IQ, no? Intelligence quotients. Now, if you are very much aware of it that we need to be intellectually intelligent, whether you like it or not, in order for you to succeed in sales. After all, etong mga produkto or services that you and I is selling, we must make a logical sense of those product services na binibenta natin in order for us to be able to explain it effectively to our buyers. So therefore, intelligence is really it may not be badly needed, pero kailangan talaga siya. Now, let's say, for example, in the case of a real estate, you will attend project knowledge seminar. In the PKS, in the project knowledge seminar, all of the discussion actually is intelligent discussion. It will talk about the project, it will talk about the component of the project, and everything that is needed in order for you to know about the product. You just don't read it, but sometimes to the point that you have to remember it. And of course, when we say remember, of course, that entails memory. Okay, so when we do product knowledge or market knowledge or probably industry insights, you cannot help but really put in the intellect. Kaya nga sabi ko always the moment you attend a product or project knowledge seminar, you've got to be alert, you've got to be coherent, no? Attentive talaga dapat kayo so that you will get all the needed information na kailangan mo. Because if you don't, you cannot sell a property investment to a possible prospect if you don't have any idea of what is the project is all about. You cannot even convince an investor to invest on certain things if you cannot even run some numbers. You cannot even thoroughly, no, dissect whatever products that you're going to offer to that person if you yourself cannot even describe the benefit of getting that product from you. So, in that sense, sa perspective na yan, you've got to know everything that you need to know para kahit papaano, ito po ay ma-explain nyo po doon sa prospect mo. Kailangan ho lahat yan. Mula sa idea, mula sa numero, at saka doon sa benepisyo na kailangan ng prospect mo para more or less maiintindihan niya at somehow it will be the beginning, the first layer of those so-called quote-unquote convincing. Alam nyo, if there's one thing that I understand in sales, you've got to be in the same level that of your prospect for your prospect to understand what you're talking. Nung nagkita kayo ng prospect nyo, hindi po kayo the same level. Of course, nasa lower level po siya kasi wala naman siyang alam doon sa product and services na meron ka. And you are at the higher level because you know everything about the product, about the project, about the item. Now, in order for you na magkakaroon kayo ng negotiation, you've got to be at the same level. Hindi naman po pwedeng ikaw ang bababa doon sa kliyente, doon sa level niya na wala siyang alam. So definitely what you're going to do is you're going to raise up the bar para etong kliyente mo, itong prospect mo, magkapareho na kayo ng level at the higher level. Now the question is how are you going to do that? Now, the way to elevate the level of your prospect from the lower level to the higher level, isa lang po ang paraan po dyan. Provide the prospect, the client, the customer with all the necessary information that he needs to know regarding your project, regarding your product, regarding your item. That's the only way that you will be able to elevate the level of the prospect to your level. So without EQ, kung wala hong sorry, kung without IQ, sorry, no? Kung wala hong IQ, it is totally impossible that the information will be passed on doon sa kausap mo na prospect. So in the first place, information is powerful when we talk about selling. Again ha, information is powerful. Sabi pa nga ni Ernie Baron dati, knowledge is power. Tama ho yun, pero may kulang. Knowledge is power only if you remember it and you use it. That is the only time that whatever knowledge na meron ka ay nagiging powerful po siya. Okay? Kasi kung hindi mo maalala, how will you be able to apply on it? Kung hindi mo siya maalala, 'di ba? So technically, ano po 'yon? Self-explanatory. Hindi mo nga naalala eh. Now let's take a look at the role of SQ, social quotient. Okay? Now, as much as we need an IQ, we also need to be socially and interpersonally intelligent at the same time in order for you and I to succeed in the business. Now, ang sales so starts and ends up with a client. Again, remember this. Ang sales starts and ends up with a client. A person or anybody technically that is outside of your company, that is considered as a prospect, considered as a client. Now, if we are in quote unquote in a bad shape in terms of our interpersonal relationship, in terms of our communications, how can we expect to succeed in transferring whatever idea na meron po tayo to the other person na kausap mo, which is your prospect or probably your client? The only way for you to be able to build that so-called relationship is that when you are able to communicate. And one factor of effective communication is when you are, quote unquote, socially connected to the person. And that comes along with it, yung interpersonal relationship po natin. Now, ito ha, very important to. Marami sa atin always make it into a reason na they cannot socially connect doon sa prospect or sa kliyente nila on the basis na kesyo mahiyain sila. Kesyo shy sila. Now, for most of you here that are from DPPI, you have attended one of my session in in addressing the four personality traits. And in those things, in those session, dun sa nag-a-attend sa akin ng success class, sorry, hindi ko may isa-isa dito, but those who are able to attend my success class, doon yun naiintindihan at quite very well understood it na every person have a different personality. May dominant, may isigulaki lang, but all of which pwede po siyang gamitin in terms of social interaction, in terms of communication, kasi may mga pamamaraan on how are we going to communicate on different types of personalities. So, to top it all, to put a period on it, regardless of whatever personality you have, tahimik ka man, madaldal ka man, mahiyain ka man, confident ka man, may kanya-kanya hong pamamaraan kung paano po tayo makapag-connect sa iba't at iba't ibang klasing personalidad ng tao. So in short, there is no such a reason that we will never be able to socially connect. Hindi po siya hindi po siya imposible. So itong interpersonal connectivity natin sa mga prospect natin or sa kliyente natin, yun po yung role ng social quotient natin. Always remember that good relationship fosters trust and it will eventually drive to sales. So kung hindi po ninyo magawa na makapag-build ng relationship, you will you will find it hard to really develop and get that trust level coming from your client. And if you have a hard time getting that, then definitely medyo mahihirapan po tayong kumuha ng sales. So this is something that I cannot, honestly, I don't have how-tos. I don't have steps that I can recommend so that you will be able to perform such. But I believe this is more of character building. And that is the reason why here in DPPI we're putting up trainings like this in order to shape our personality and to be able to shape our character at the same time. Because whether we like it or not, we've got to build that kind of relationship. Now, I believe in few of my other trainings, I believe we have touched on the topic on relationship and influencing others. I believe you have heard so many times from me talking about how essential it is, especially in building the trust level of our clients, our prospect. But the underlying fact is that being a good person, no? Ito na lang po. This is the underlying fact. In order, if you really wanted to be socially connected, just be a good person. Ganun na lang po, no? Just be a good person. That is one step to the so-called social quotient. And at the same time, I want you to understand that being good is very crucial in sales. Just be a good person. Just be a good person. Just be a polite person. Just be a respectful person. In such a way, you will be able to connect to the other side of that person, or to that person, or to that prospect, or to that client that you wanted to close. Sa madaling salita, wag na po kayong magmumukhang istrikto. Ganun na lang po. Ganun na lang natin sabihin. Just be good. Just be polite. Just be respectful. So, that's where we all begin. That's where we all starts. So ano ba talaga tong AQ? Kasi naririnig na natin no? May IQ, may SQ, pero ito kadalasan sa atin di pa natin naririnig itong AQ. Now, there is such thing as adversity quotient. Okay? Ang A po dyan, ibig sabihin dyan ay adversity. No? Adversity quotient. Now, AQ is most likely a pretty new things for all of us. Itong AQ, medyo narinig ko to kasagsagan ng pandemic eh. I think the reason why lumabas ito, it's because of management crisis. Hindi po lahat ng tao ay kaya pong mag-manage in terms of crisis. Now, AQ is described as how people face challenges and adversities in life. Ganun po yun. Kung paano ikaw at ako humarap sa isang pagsubok, sa isang problema, or sa isang challenge. No? And there might be an argument that itong AQ is a difference between a successful salespeople and doon sa mga hindi po nag-succeed. Sabi nila, no? But I think there is a different angle on how are we going to take a look at this one. Because for me, sales is a quote unquote very challenging craft. Again ha, para sa akin ho, itong sales is a very challenging craft. Napakatindi ho. Para nga sa akin, itong sales, ito yung pinaka-stressful na profession that a person could ever experience. Alam mo bakit? Because it involves everything. It involves your physical being, it involves your emotional being, it involves your mental being. Grabe. Pati kaluluwa mo dito, it will really be shaken. Ganun ho katindi ang sales. Now, for those people that are really into sales for quite a bit already, I believe a lot of us would really agree na we face 8 to 9 rejection at most in every 10 people that we meet. Okay? We have we experience 8 to 9 rejection to every 10 people we meet or share the project or the product with. And in those 10 people, most likely either one or two lang po ang probably will entertain you. The rest is deadma lang po yan. The rest is iitsapuera lang po kayo yan nila. They will never feel interested with what you say, with what you offer. They will never really put a value to whatever things na gusto mong sabihin sa kanila. In short, in every 10 presentation, you're blessed if you could have one na bibili at bibili ng offering mo, ng project mo, ng product, ng produkto mo, ng item mo. Because in here, in the craft na meron po tayo, in the profession na meron po tayo, if there's one thing na you will always experience day in and day out, you will always experience frustration. And practically that is almost every day and every moment of the day. You will really be frustrated because there are so many things that will not go the way you want it. Ganun o katindi. And if you feel those frustration, a lot of us will never be able to learn how to cope up those frustrations and somehow madidepress yan. Madidepress yan. And sometimes yan, sinabi ni Miss Queenie, sometimes magsi-self-doubt yan and try to ask themselves whether kaya ba nila or hindi. Very hurting, but it's happening. No? Medyo masakit siya na realidad, but it's really happening. Kasi whether you like it or not, sales will always involve multiple rejection before you're going to get a successful sale. Kailangan nyo pong mag-experience ng sangkatutak na rejection bago po kayo makapag-experience dun sa sale na gusto nyo. Kaya dahil you will be able to experience such a rejection, high adversity quotient will help you fight and overcome it. Whatever things na maririnig mo, you will be able to overcome it. You will be able to keep on pushing it. So kung hindi mo i-develop itong adversity quotient at mananatiling mababa ito doon sa, sa'yo, you will never be able to handle the crisis or the challenges that you are going to experience here. Hindi mo makayanan yan. So kung hindi mo makayanan yan, the only thing that you're going to do is you quit. And that is exactly the beginning of your downfall. No? Marami hong tao na hindi po nila makayanan ang ganong feeling. Marami ho. Hindi ho lahat ay kayang i-absorb yan. I'm not saying that the people are really not able to, but by nature kasi, ang tao kasi will always embrace the pain. Iilan lang ho ang tao na kaya hong mag-react towards and against every pain. Kaya nga minsan pag meron po tayong mga problema sa bahay, may mga problema tayong binibitbit or may mga pinagdadaanan tayo, if you notice it, it will affect our day-to-day living. Whether you like it or not, it will affect how you communicate with other people. It will affect kung paano ka makitungo sa ibang tao doon sa transaksyon mo. Minsan nga, mainitin yung ulo natin if we have those types of frustration. Kasi sabi ko pa nga, we are in a very stressful profession. And no matter how smart and good you are, always remember this, no matter how good and smart you are, kahit gaano ka pa kagaling, kahit ikaw pa yung number one salesperson, number one sa lahat ng bentahan, pag hindi mo alam kung paano i-overcome ang mga challenges at frustrations sa buhay mo, yan ang adversity quotient, you will never be able to make it. Kahit gaano ka pa kagaling. And ang sad part is marami ho tayong ganon. Marami ho. Time and time again, I have seen a lot of people in our company here in the PPI na chooses not to be active anymore for the very reason that they find it hard and difficult to face such adversity, such challenges, such rejection. Ayan, gaya ng sinabi ni Miss Ana Lizelle dito, makawalag gana usahay, kay sige lang ma-reject. Ha? Minsan daw, nakakawala ng gana if parating nare-reject. But I want you to really embrace this truth that it it may be a hurting truth, but the only way to begin facing such realities is by knowing and identifying and accepting it. That it does really exist. That you will always be in the middle of any form of frustration here in our business. And since it is really existing, ang pinakamagandang gawin po natin is aralin po natin paano natin i-overcome. Di ba? That's the only thing na left for us. And lastly, a lot of people, because they are already frustrated, they are depressed, minsan nga ang iba is magmumukmuk na, and yung sinabi ni Miss Queenie, the worst of it is magsi-self-doubt sila. And the worst part of it na ayaw kong mangyari sa bawat isa sa atin, na ma-convince mo yung sarili mo na hindi mo kaya to. Kasi hindi po yan ang objective po natin eh. Because right from the very beginning, I have always said this. I have always said this. Bawat isa po sa atin ay may gift at may kakayahan. Kaya nga D818, Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18, It is God who gives us the ability to get wealth. Isa po yung business principle na pinanghahawakan po natin dito sa DPPI. I want you to remember, bawat isa po sa atin, I want you to remember that it is God who gives you the ability to get wealth. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng kakayahan, lahat ng pagsubok na meron na pwede mong ma-encounter dito sa negosyo natin, I want you to really, really put it in your mind that it is God in the very first place will be the one to give you that ability. Minsan siguro you will find it hard to really accept it kasi ano ba naman to si Sir? Reliyosong reliyoso, religious na religious. No, it's not about that. I just want to tell it to you that this is a hard truth. Yung nakasulat ho sa Bible na Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18, sabi po doon that it is God who have given us the ability to get wealth. And the more you understand it, and the more you keep it, and the more you absorb in it, and the more you believe in it, you will never, never, never feel the self-doubt in you. Hindi mo ma-feel yan. And instead, it will be replaced with confidence in God. Okay? Yun po yung gusto kong, kasi pag dumating po tayo dun sa stage na self-doubt, yung tingin mo sa sarili mo na kawawa ka, that's the work of the devil. No? Gusto ko lang emphasize po dito, guys, no? That's the work of the devil. Trying to tell you that you are no good at all. No? Si Satanas po yan na nagsasabi sa iyo na wala kang kapasidad, hindi mo kaya. Siya po yan na nagsasabi dyan sa isipan natin. And that's the reason why I always, always, always tells you that it is God who gives us the ability to get well. And we have proven that time and time and time again that it is indeed God who truly provides us with everything. Kaya nga, ito, samantalahin ko na to eh. I-invite ko na kayo every Thursday. Except ngayong Thursday kasi merong FB Ads workshop tayo mula sa guest natin from Manila. Eh, every Thursday ho, meron po tayong Thursday circle sa opisina po natin wherein we dive into the study of the Word of God. Bakit ho? Because we believe that because that's the only thing that will really energize you. That's the only thing that will give you hope, inspiration, courage, perseverance. We believe in those promises. And that's why we are inviting each and every one of you. Don't worry. I'm not here to convince you that you're going to convert whatever faith you have. The purpose of the invitation is just so simple. Just to get energized with the Word of God. Kasi naniniwala po tayo dito, no? Naniniwala po tayo dito that right at the very downest point of our lives, pag hindi po naagapan yan, pagpasok po sa self-doubt, downward spiral na yan. And it would be more and more difficult to really, really cope up. Kaya yung iba, hindi na nakayanan yung depression, eh, ang solusyon nila to get rid of their own lives. And that we don't want for you na ma-experience. Okay? Now, ngayon, tingnan natin yung panghuli, no? Yung EQ, no? Yung emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. Hindi po to yung EQ na diaper, ha? Hindi po to yung diaper. Okay? So, emotional intelligence is defined as knowing how to manage your emotion. Ima-manage mo po yung emotions mo and whatever other kind of emotion that exists. Okay? You're going to manage all of the emotions na nag-exist dyan sa puso mo. Okay? Ima-manage mo yan lahat. Now, emotional intelligence, actually, very broad na topic po yan eh. Napaka-broad na topic yan. In fact, I believe na ang iba po sa atin ay meron na pong mga nabasa tungkol po dyan. Ang iba po sa atin nakapag-attend na po ng mga seminars with regards to emotional intelligence. Well, maganda po yun, no? Because there are really things, I cannot really expound totally kung anong meron dito sa EQ, but I will just give you just a perspective on how important it is, no? Kasi marami naman pong mga discussions on that eh. In fact, sa YouTube, marami po kayo makita niyan. But this is the reality of it. Dahil ito po involves managing your emotions. I want you to embrace this one fact which is very important. Emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, hindi ho lahat ng tao ay kayang i-manage yung mga emotions nila. And that is exactly the reason merong mga tao na madaling magalit, merong mga tao na madaling ma-affected kung merong mga situations. May mga tao na minsan tahimik lang in the middle of a lot of problems. Because in the first place, they really do not understand what is EQ is all about. Now, one fact, no? My wife actually is a practicing human resource person, no? HR kumbaga, okay? Sabi niya, etong IQ daw, IQ can get you hired. Pag i-interviewin ka, matalino ka, you can be hired for IQ. But this is what he says. But it will be EQ that will get you promoted. Ulitin ko, with IQ, pwede kang ma-hire. Kung nag-a-apply ka ng trabaho, with IQ, pwede kang ma-hire. Pero, kung gusto mong ma-promote, EQ. Kaya, yung hiring principle ng wife ko, when he was in he was when she was actively practicing her HR profession here in Cebu as as the human resource director of Shangri-La Mactan, sabi niya, ang hiring principle niya, 1% skill, 99% character and attitude. Yun po yung hiring methodology niya. He's not into your academic background. He's not on what scholastic records you have. Kasi sabi niya, 1% lang yun eh, yung contribution na yan. But she hires based on character and attitude. Kasi ito yun yung pinapaniwalaan niya. Pwede siyang makapag-hire ng tao on the basis of IQ, pero yung mga tao na yan, hirap ma-promote yan pag nasa trabaho na. And which I believe yes, no? Because emotion, as we always discuss it, it is a pretty weird but powerful thing, right? Ang emotion ho, I would like to say it that it's a very weird thing, but however, it is a powerful thing. And I would just like to read kasi ito yung mga comment ng mga audience natin. Sabi ni Miss Queenie, intelligence is nothing with you don't have the attitude. Yan, ito kay Miss Nova. Because if naa kay emotion, naka-feel ka unsa ang feelings pud sa uban, dili kay by the book permi, na? Na kay mga considerations because you will feel how they feel especially in the darkest moments sa atong life. Exactly, no? Sabi ni Miss Maricel, struggle is real on how to be offense-proof. Yan. Totoo naman, no? It's always a struggle. That's always a struggle. Kung paano po tayo magiging offense-proof. Kaya nga sabi ko itong emotion is a very weird thing. But it is a very powerful thing. It is actually, the way I describe it, it is chaotically powerful. It is chaotically powerful. Ganon ho katindi ang emotions. And in fact, in our previous trainings, and I believe you have heard me on this. I said to you, people buy with emotions and they justify it with logic. Di ba? Ikaw, pag namili ka ng sandals, shoes, punta ka ng isang department store, you make a choice. You get attracted to a pair of shoe. What is that? That's emotion. And the moment you buy that thing, regardless of whatever price is that, you're going to justify your action in buying it. Di ba? If you're gonna buy a very expensive shoes, for example, and if you may not need it, you just been attracted to it, nagustuhan mo lang, and that's why you buy it. And if someone, your friend will say, "Uy, nako, ang mahal niyan, ba't mo ba binili yan? Pwede ka namang bumili ng ganito, ganyan." You're going to justify it. You're going to justify whatever action you're going to have. And that's exactly the same when you are going to sell. When you are going to sell a project, you're going to sell a product, you're going to sell an item, always remember yung taong kausap mo will respond to you based on the kind of emotion that you are delivering to that person. Kaya nga sabi ko, when you do a presentation, make sure that you are able to practice the drama of doing it. I'm not saying that you pretend. What I'm saying is you put the emotion when you do that presentation. Because that is where your prospect or your clients is moved. Doon po siya na move eh. Okay? And the moment he's going to make a choice, a decision to buy such a thing, he's going to justify that with whatever reasoning na meron siya. Ganun ho tayo. So yung phrase na yan that people buy with emotion and they justify it with logic actually means is that most of our time we make decision based primarily on our emotions. And then we just try to reason it out along the way. Emotional intelligence might not be the most important intelligence among all when it comes to selling, but I want you to understand it is a very crucial form of intelligence if you wanted to succeed in sales. With it, if you have a very high EQ, I will guarantee you have a high chances of closing the sale. Why? Because you will be able to connect. You will be able to connect with your prospect, with your client. You will be more effective in communicating. You will be at a level wherein both of you and your prospect or your client is nagkakaintindihan kayo. Tama po ba? Ba? So ano po ang magiging resulta if that would be the case? Then the result is that you will be able to build a trusting relationship. It will help you build the trust in which yun ang pinaka-key point so that your client, your prospect will going to buy from you. The reason why he bought an item for you, a project from you, is because he likes you and he trusts you. Di ba? People, I mean, come on. Our client will not buy from us if they don't like us. That's halfway. The more they are going to make the choice in buying it from us, that aside from liking us, they also trust us. Diba? So with this in mind, we can make our prospect buy, and since most of the people buy with their emotions, it will become more easy for them, for us as well. It will be easy for them to make the choice, and it will be easy for us to make the close. Diba? Kasi ang selling ho, as much as it is the transference of an idea, it is also a transfer of emotions. Okay ah? Yung selling ho, as much as it is a transfer of an idea, it is also a transfer of an emotion. Right in between these two is how are you going to handle any form of rejections that you're going to encounter. And that is the purpose of your adversity quotient. Your SQ, your social quotient, this is what you're going to use in order for you to be able to build the strong, lasting relationship. Connectivity. That connectivity are done by your SQ. Di ba? So if we're going to take a look at it, emotional intelligence touches the social or the interpersonal intelligence. And of course, it also touches the adversity quotient. So marami siyang pwedeng bitbitin. Okay? Marami siyang pwedeng bitbitin. So, again, the emotional intelligence actually touches our social or interpersonal intelligence. And also at the same time, it touches our adversity quotient. Okay? Kasi yung IQ kasi yung first stage lang yun eh. Yung pagbigay ng information. Yun lang. After that, ang maglalaro niyan will be your SQ, your AQ, and your EQ. Yun na po yung maglalaro diyan. So with strong EQ, a salesperson can face any form of challenges and eventually magpe-persevere po yan. Di ba? Again, kung strong ang EQ po natin, yung emotional intelligence po natin, then eventually, ikaw at ako ay kaya mong humarap sa kahit gaano pa karaming mga challenges pati rejection. Kaya natin 'yan. So ano yung magiging resulta? O magpupursigi ka. You will persevere. Hindi ka basta-bastang nagquiquit. So with strong EQ, especially on understanding and managing the emotions, not just your emotion, but also the emotion of your prospect or your client na kaharap mo, a salesperson can this time easily influence and most probably persuade the other person. Again, with strong emotional quotient, not just in terms of understanding and managing your own emotions, but also the emotion of your prospect or your client, anybody na meron siyang binibenta, malaki ang chances niya na ma-influence at ma-persuade yung prospect na kausap niya. Di ba? Yan, sabi ni Maricel dito, agree. An emotional decision from your buyer, sumaoni panlaban ang EQ. Emotions versus emotion ang labanan. Yes, exactly. This is emotions versus emotion type of game. No? Kaya nga, itong sales, ito yung pinakamahirap ituro. Kasi ito yung walang steps eh. Walang how-tos. The best way to teach and to give training in terms of sales is just simply putting the principles behind it. And the rest of it is actually to cultivate our mind. Di ba? But all emotional intelligence starts and ends with the emotional state of the salesperson. Again, ha? All emotional intelligence starts and ends with the emotional state of the salesperson. So ano ba yung emotional state mo ngayon? Di ba? Iba sa atin, iba yung emotional states eh. Kasi ang iba sa atin, di pa nakapag-move on. So doon sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-move on, hala, move on na po tayo, no? Para hindi po tayo masyadong living on the past behind. So leave the past, okay? And sabi ni Miss Nova na sobraan ka-emotional. Okay. Move on na ta. Yeah. Sabi ni Sir Franco, move on na ta. Nakapag-move on ka na, Sir Franco? Yan. That's true, no? Yeah. Sabi ni Sir Franco, yes, nakapag-move on. Kaya pala marami ng benta kasi nakapag-move on na pala. By the way, Sir Franco is really doing good sales in Dumaguete. Ha? Congratulations, Sir Franco. Tuloy mo pa. Mag-move on ka na, sir. Move on ang move on pa dyan para tuloy-tuloy na yan. Okay? Now, eto guys, ayan, si John Del, move on din pag may time. Ito si John Del, parang hindi pa to nakapag-move on. John Del, nakapag-move on ka na ba? Mag-move on ka na para makabenta na. Okay? In short, guys, no, if the salesperson is unhappy, eto guys, remember this. If the salesperson is unhappy, desperate, and frustrated, things will not end well. Ulitin ko. If the salesperson is unhappy, desperate, and frustrated, they will not end well. Tama po ba? Hello? Ayan, sabi ni Rhea, exactly. I've been working for almost 7 years as sales in the motorcycle industry. Yan, sabi ni Lisel, tinuod gyud. Na? Ayan na, ulitin ko. If a salesperson is unhappy, desperate, and frustrated, things will not end well. Hindi maganda ang magiging resulta. And no matter how good you are as a salesperson, if if you are not in the right emotional state, ito kahit gaano ka pa kagaling magbenta, if you are not in the right emotional state, chances are you will just ruin your opportunity in closing the sale. Again ulitin ko. Kahit gaano ka pa kagaling na ahente, kahit gaano ka pa kagaling na salesperson, kung wala kang tamang emotional state, malaki ang tsansa that you will lose the opportunity in closing the sale. Diba? Eh di sayang, nag-prospect ka pa naman, sinayang mo lang. Sabi ni Miss Nova, dapat smiling, Jud, para ma-attract ang clients. And si Narcisa sabi niya, correct. Si Christian sabi niya, tinuod yun, sir. Oh. Si Rhea sabi niya, greetings and smile is the key with the heart. Yan. Si John Del sabi niya, tama, no? Si Maricel sabi niya, makadetect si buyer. Mahawaan. Mahawaan sa mood. Tama. And that's exactly my point. If you don't have that kind or right emotional state, it will never turn out to be good. Sayang yung opportunity na ma-close mo. So in other words, for a salesperson to succeed, para mag-succeed ka, ikaw at ako, we must have a pretty strong emotional intelligence, especially on how are you going to manage your own emotions. The right emotion, Not just any form of emotions, but the right emotions will work for the salesperson and the wrong emotions will work against the salesperson. Ayan, no? Kung hindi tama yung emotion mo, it will go back to you. Pero kung tama yung emotions na meron ka, then it will radiate and reflect doon sa magiging kausap mo na prospect. Our emotional state of mind is important in a way that how we feel affects what we do and how we do things. Again ha, ulitin ko. Itong emotional state natin, importante po to kapatid ha. Napaka-importante po to. Why? Because itong feeling na to, it will affect what we do and how we do things. Again ha, it will affect what we do and how we do things. So kung yan ay affected ang lahat ng gagawin mo at kung paano mo siya gagawin, then definitely it will also affect your handling of your clients, your handling of your prospect. Tama? Eh di sayang. Many times we already have talked about this, that if we feel frustrated over something, it is pretty hard to call a prospect or remain calm. Kayo, nasubukan nyo na ba? Na medyo mainit yung ulo mo or medyo may mga problema or marami kayong iniisip, tapos kaya nyo magtawag ng prospect? Kaya nyo bang tawagan ang prospect para makipag-appointment kayo? I doubt it. Kahit pag-dial ng telephone number niya, medyo mahirap. Why? Because sabi ko pa nga, our emotions will affect what we do and how we do things. And that's exactly the outcome and the result. So, yung opposite niyan, if we could just remain kalmado and somehow manage to be happy, hopeful, and joyful, then we will be able to treat our prospect and our clients much better. And most likely, we will be able to communicate to our buyers, to our prospect, all of those important things that we need to tell our prospect, our clients. Pero kung yung kabaliktaran ang meron ka na emotions, I doubt if you are able to explain it very well to your prospective clients. 'Di ba? Ayan, sabi ni Miss Nova, maobitaw kung sa puton ko, di na lang ko mutingog because I don't like na maapektuhan ang uban sa akong emotions. Yan. Ayan siya, leave na lang ko. Kay makayaw-yaw niya ko. Because it will really affect you. I mean, I don't know how good you are with your emotions, but if I am talking primarily for myself, mahirap po. Mahirap tumawag ng prospect o kliyente if my emotions is not really that good. If I have all the frustration, the pain, the anger, and the worries that I have, I will never be able to do that. Worst part of it is medyo baka maging mataas pa yung boses ko, kausap ko yung kliyente, instead that I will have the sale, sayang, mawala pa yung sale. Bakit to? Because you will never be able to treat the prospect better. Kung hindi ka kalmado, hindi ka masaya, hindi ka joyful, hopeful, happy, I don't think so. I don't think so that you will be able to communicate to your buyer more effectively. Ganun ho kaimportante itong tinatawag natin na emotional quotient. Magkakaroon po ng impact ang mga desperation na meron tayo. Instead of closing the sale, we might end up losing them, which is sayang. Huh? Friends, ito lang ho. Ako, naiintindihan ko po that emotion is one of the hardest form that you and I na i-control. Because most of the time, itong emotion kasi natin, itong feeling na to, are sometimes dictated by external factors. External factors, external reasons that causes us to be sad, worried, angry, or whatever it is. And whether you like it or not, whatever emotions na meron po tayo, mahahalata at mahahalata po yan ni prospect at ni kliyente. Muna ang suggestion ni Miss Nova, mag-vlogger na lang kuno tatanan. Mag-vlogger na lang ta para happy na daw tanan, no? Now, emotional intelligence as it relates to our own emotions, actually, hindi naman siya ganun kadali i-overcome. But I want you to but I want you to understand that what we are talking here is not actually to eliminate it, but actually what we're talking here is to manage it. Let's face it, there will be more time that we are not in control of these emotions. That somehow the result is outburst in our emotions, so that results in anger, minsan frustration, depressions, and many more. And just think of this way. If, for example, no, you are the salesperson, you feel desperate, desperado ka. Desperado ka na you wanted to make a sale. Ito na lang. Let's take a look at it the positive side. Kung titingnan natin itong desperation na to, let's take a look at it in the different side of it. Okay? Now, let's say for example, ikaw desperado ka. Desperado ka na makabenta. And because of this desperation, ang nagiging outcome at nagiging action mo is that this is how you're going to treat your prospect as a result of desperation. You're going to become more pushy and you will become more aggressive. Now, there's nothing wrong being aggressive. Okay ha? Gusto kong balansihin yan. There's nothing wrong being aggressive. But there is something wrong if we become pushy. The thing is, that same emotions, the feeling of desperation, can result in making the sale, or it could somehow probably result of not closing the sale. Pareho. Pareho ang posibilidad ng magiging resulta po niyan. Posibleng ma-close ang sale, posible din pong hindi ma-close ang sale. Now, if you're going to take a look at it, ito guys if you're going to take a look at it, itong feeling of desperation forces us to work harder. Okay Para medyo balanse. Itong pagiging desperado natin, it will make us work harder. It will be it will make us more aggressive. But on the contrary, if we are not going to manage it well, ang mangyayari niyan, yung kliyente mo or yung prospect mo, kinukulit mo ng tawagan yan. Kasi hinihingan mo na ngayon ng mga benta. Alam nyo ano yung magiging possible response eventually? Ito yung sad part. Baka eventually i-block ka na yan. Di ba? Kasi ang magiging tingin sa iyo niyan ay hindi ka na ganun ka-professional. Kaya nga sabi ko the result could probably lead to sales, or it could probably result to a lose in sale. But on the other hand, our sense of desperation could lead us into making decisions that somehow it could really affect the probable outcome. It would somehow probably affect the the direction of our careers, or the direction of the client, whether he's going to buy or not. Hindi naman po masama ang magiging desperado. Pero minsan magiging kulitan portion na. Di ba? And this feeling of desperation might even make you do some unthinkable or even unethical things na pwede mong gawin. Dahil desperado kang magkaroon ng benta, pwede ka nang gumawa ng kabulastugan. In the case of real estate, pwede mo nang pwede kang mag-falsify ng mga dokumento. Hindi na yun ethical, pero nagawa mo dahil desperado ka magkaroon ng benta. If you are selling probably an item, probably pagsaka ng presyo na lang, palugi, pero hindi naman ganun kaganda yung mga quality. Kasi desperate ka lang na magkakaroon ng benta. And at the same time, if we are in a sales presentation, kung ikaw nagpe-present ka, the prospect will be able to feel our sense of desperation. Ma-feel po niya yan. Again, pwedeng magiging positive, pwede rin magiging negative. Pwedeng ma-feel niya and somehow he will be moved to buy from you. Or probably medyo magiging torn off kasi ang tingin niya sa'yo, hindi na ganun ka-professional. So you will end up losing the sale. It's pretty much the same emotions. Parehong emotions lang po to eh. But it could have different results and outcome. The other resulted in a closed sale. The other resulted in failure. So in short, emotional intelligence is not about eliminating it, but it's about managing that type of emotion. Whatever emotion that pumps up to you, the goal of knowing these things is for you and me to be able to manage it. Again na, ang pinag-usapan natin dito, i-manage mo yung emotions mo. Now, there are countless books that you can probably tap into, read about these things, about EQ and IQ, in order to help you manage better. Or go to YouTube. There are so many there are so many good speakers there that you can somehow listen to them and be able to learn from them. Okay? I mean, information nowadays is really, really accessible, available. With the advent of internet, marami na po tayong pagkukunan ng mga information unlike before. So, my suggestion is dive into it. I mean, the only way for you and me na malalaman natin paano natin i-manage yung emotion is in the first place, we are able to identify what are those emotions that na nag-i-exist dito sa sarili natin. As much as I wanted to put the how-tos on it, nahihirapan ako because every person has its own uniqueness kasi. And the only thing I can do here is just simply put in the kind of motivation and the kind of idea so that you and I will be able to figure it out ourselves. Pero sa ngayon, that's the strategy that will instantly make us more emotionally intelligent is being aware of our emotions. Yun lang muna, no? Sa ngayon, the only strategy that I can offer to you is that you and I should be aware of whatever emotions na meron tayo. Yes, totoo yan. This might sound like common sense. Common sense talaga. Because these things really, actually, kung gusto mong isolve talaga to, yung first step talaga nito is knowing it. What are those emotions? And that's where you begin working it out if this emotion, ito ba yung tamang response sa emotion na to? Ito ba yung tamang gawin sa emotion na to? Kung ito yung gawin ko, ano yung magiging possible effect? And I believe you have learned a lot on those responses already. The moment na identify mo na yung emotions na yan, dyan sa sarili mo, you will be able to identify na ito, the last time na ginamit ko itong emotion na to at ito yung response ko, ito yung nagiging resulta. So more or less, you are you're able to identify. So you just have to identify those emotions, no? Yun lang ang pinakakailangan talaga doon. Kumbaga, if you know you are angry and that you cannot show, kasi alam mo na you're angry, then you are in a better position to control it na hindi mo ipapakita na you're angry. Ganun lang. The more you identify it, the more you can exercise control over it. The more you don't know and identify it, the more you don't have the control over it. Tama po ba? The more you know about that emotion, the more you are able to control it. The more you don't know about that emotion, the more you don't able or you cannot control those emotions. So chances are, sasabog ka. Di ba? Chances are, sasabog ka. Either it's consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, sasabog ka. So yung first step talaga is knowing it. The other thing, if I may suggest, the other thing in helping you how to manage your emotion, make sure that you are very careful on what are the things na i-inject mo dyan sa isipan mo, dyan sa mind mo. Di ba? Kasi garbage in, garbage out po yan eh. So kung ano yung ilalagay mo, yun po yung magiging resulta mo. So if you and I have the time to read books, then you read good books. If wala naman kayong oras, then makinig kayo ng maraming lesson, speakers na nandyan sa YouTube. May mga magagaling na speaker dyan sa YouTube na pwede niyong pakinggan. Hanapin niyo po sa YouTube yung ano, yung yung isa sa pinakamagaling na speaker doon. Madaling i-search yun sa YouTube. Jufrin Villasencio pangalan. May mga maraming video yan sa loob niyan, no? Self-promoting, no? Because the more negative you have in your mind, the more it will somehow lalabas po yan, yung mga negativity na yan. Yun talaga yung pinaka-first step. You just really have to recognize it. And alagaan yung ano yung ilalagay mo sa isipan mo, ano yung mapapakinggan mo. O ito na lang, kung wala kayong libro, start with the Bible. O pinakasekreto ko to. Yung Bible kasi merong 31 chapters yan ng Book of Proverbs. So ganun na lang. Magbasa po kayo ng one proverb, one chapter of proverb a day. So let's say for example, bukas March 11, so basahin niyo po Proverbs 11. Oh, yun lang. Then Pitsa 12, Proverbs 12, Proverbs 13. It's helpful. No, I mean I'm talking, I'm saying it out of personal experience. What you feed your mind actually comes from what you read and what you hear. Again, ha? What you feed your mind actually comes from what you read and what you hear. And if we're talking about reading, you begin with your Bible. And if you're talking about listening, you go to YouTube. Marami ho doon. Maliban pa po doon sa magaling na speaker doon si Joffrin, pwede pwede kayong pwede kayong tumingin ng mga YouTube doon ni ni City Church, may YouTube 'yan. Ni ni CCF, may YouTube 'yan. Marami ho dyan, makikita nyo. May Chinkitan pa po doon. Pwede nyo pakinggan yan. Okay? You just have to work on it. Yan po ang isang bagay na I cannot really, really help you out. Really, no? Because yun naman talaga yung first step eh. It's your self-awareness. Yun po yung, I mean, you cannot solve any form of problem unless you are able to, identify it. Yan. Ano? Self-awareness, yan po yung first step. Being aware of your emotion is key to managing them. Self-awareness, summarize lang natin, self-awareness helps control emotions and prevents them from negatively affecting your interactions. And lastly, recognizing your emotions makes you more logical and conscious in your behavior. O, di ba? So how are you going to do that? Cultivate your mindset. Your emotional state is influenced by what you feed your mind. Kung ano po yung pinapakain mo sa utak mo. Positive thoughts equals positive emotion. Negative thoughts equals to negative emotions. Visualizing success improves your emotional state before sales presentation. You've got to see yourself becoming successful before it actually happens. That's part of cultivating your EQ. Di ba? It's part of cultivating your EQ. These are just few of the practical tips that I would like to personally share to all of you guys. No? And how are you going to improve your EQ? You practice. Practice, practice, mind, develop, and stay. Practice. Practice self-awareness, recognizing your emotion and the impact on your behavior. You begin with that. So recognize mo muna, sanayin mo yung sarili mo na i-recognize mo so that the more you recognize those form of emotion, the more it is easy for you to identify when it comes. Pangalawa is mind. Mind your mental input. Avoid negativity, focus on positive content. Again, avoid negativity and focus on whatever things that are positive. And this is what you're going to develop. Ito, sinabi to kanina ni Miss Nova. Develop empathy. Understand and respond to client's emotion. Ayan na. Ito, sinabi to kanina ni Miss Nova. Develop empathy. Intindihin mo and response to client's emotion. And lastly, stay resilient. Learn to bounce back from every rejections. So ito lang yung i-cultivate mo. Practice, mind, develop, and stay. Okay? Practice, mind, develop, and stay. Friends, ito lang guys, oh. If there's one thing that will really help you overcome these things, wala hong wala hong tatalo po sa practice. Practice nyo po. Practice nyo po always. Because the more you do it, the more you become expert on it. Okay? So, we're about to end. Okay, ha? Rundown ko lang to kasi ang iba nito medyo naano ko na, nasabi ko na, this is just a form of a little bit of a recap. So if we're talking about success in sales, itong emotional quotient will play a very important role. Among the four, lahat pong apat na yan ay magagamit po natin. Pero itong EQ, itong last na to, ito yung ito yung parang game changer sa lahat. Okay? Now, emotional intelligence is a crucial skill for successful salespeople. Remember that. Okay? Pinag-usapan na natin yan kanina. Crucial, ibig sabihin, kailangan at importante. Bakit? Kasi ito yung gagamitin mo para makapag-build ka ng relationship. Pag nakapag-build ka ng relationship, makapag-influence ka na sa desisyon ng tao na kausap mo. So kung makapag-influence ka sa desisyon ng tao na kausap mo, malaki ho ang tsansa na maklose mo ang sale. Okay? And the way to do that, pag na-close mo yung sale mo, Always remember, self-awareness and emotional regulation are key to mastering EQ. Pabalik-balik lang po lahat yan. Okay? Repetition lang po yan na proseso. So, again, emotional intelligence is very crucial na skill para mag-succeed ka kasi ito yung gagamitin mo para makapag-build ng relationship. Pag may relationship ka na, ma-influence mo na yung decision ng kliyente mo at makapag-close ka ng more ng sales. Paano mo gagawin to? Self-awareness. Para mas ma-regulate mo yung emotion mo. And in such a way, you will be able to master it. Okay? So, I'm done. Tapos na ako. Medyo nag-overtime ako sa saglit, no? Kasi meron ako mga short ad-libs po dyan. But anyway, is there anything that you wanted to ask? A little bit of a discussion or anybody wanted to share? Open po tayo dyan. Baba ko to para magkita-kita tayo. Yan. So, anybody? Meron bang question kaya dyan? Wag lang yung mga algebra. Di ko kakayanin yan. Yung mga algebra, mga math-math na yan. Okay. So kung walang question, sige, get 1/4 sheet of paper, mag-exam tayo.
Kuya
Okay.
Juan.
Kuya Juan. Kuya Juan, mag-exam. Anyway, guys, no, thank you very much for joining with me every Monday. I'll try to make training more valuable to each and everyone. Um, minsan hirap na ako mag-isip kung ano yung iti-train kasi parang na-training na lahat eh. Na-training na lahat. So, and somehow, try natin explore more on the thing na dapat matutunan. By the way, over the week, medyo full pack po ang mga schedules po natin. Meron po tayong FB Ads Bootcamp. Dalawang araw po yan, 13 and 14. I already have the flight details of our trainer from Manila. I think they will arrive Wednesday. No, they will be here in Cebu na by Wednesday. To those na uh, mag-join sa bootcamp, please be in good shape, sleep early. Doon sa ni-require nila na they're asking for your Facebook page, isend na ninyo. It will start at 8 a.m. Nobs, no? They will start at 8 a.m. Send nyo na ahead yung page nyo kasi they're going to make some analysis of it. So let's grab the opportunity na aralin talaga natin ito. I mean, we have to learn it. We're going to learn it from the expert itself. Okay? At doon naman sa Bacolod City nila, Miss Arlene. Miss Arlene, kung kaya niyong mag-assemble ng at least 30 people, we will do a 2 days boot camp din dyan sa Bacolod City. No? Kasi importante din po to. Okay? So thank you very much and hopefully, by the way, tomorrow recruitment night po natin 8 p.m. Baka meron po kayong mga recruit bukas. Bigyan niyo na po yun ng link para makapag-join po sila doon sa recruitment seminar po natin. Okay? Thank you. By the way, this training will also be available in YouTube. An hour later tonight, no? I-upload natin sa YouTube para you will be able to visit it. Okay? So thank you and God bless you all. Bye-bye.